That sun is really hitting it there. It's almost like it's hitting it kind of like just out of our atmosphere here, right there. And then as soon as you drive through it with the camera, it's almost like we're in space. You know what I mean? Like, boom, we're in space. Look at that. Figure on this one. You guys, that is just stuck in the ground. Look at that storm coming right at me. Look at that. It's just stuck in the ground. Let's go up here. This is really cool up here. This is not even close to what I had planned for today. But with the weather, as beautiful as it looks here, there's like these really nasty storms around. So I'm gonna come in here. This why I like this is because it's so far up. This is the highest you could be anywhere around here this time of year. I need another 2 weeks till I can get to my favorite places. I shouldn't say favorite, but I think it's the favorite just to look at. It's that unbelievable. All right, let's try to get up to those amazing aspen structures. It's gonna take me a little bit. The forest being trails in here are incredible. I like these places because these dudes, I want to use an analogy without offending anyone. These are kind of like the redneck Bigfoots. It's a weird analogy, but it's kind of like people. You know, you can see it with the rides. Like, you know, us rural people, the last place you want to come with those masks and start riding is here because you're going to lose. There's people that have been waiting their entire life and have any available storage filled with ammo and guns. And it's kind of like that with these guys, the ones that are the furthest away from anybody or even the other Bigfoots. They don't care as much. They're like, yeah, we built this. What are you going to do about it? Basically, they're the ones that'll make noises or come close. You know, it's a little, that's why I like to push the limits. Look at this. And just keep going always. Look at this. This is like Dog Manny type place. Wow. Look at that. How did that big footprint type thing get all the way? Look, it's all here underneath the tree. How did that happen? All of this is one giant connection. See it? Look through here. Nothing else is dead. There hasn't been a new tree down here in a long time. But there's my ex. I'm starting to get in shape, you guys. Thanks, Terry, for delaying that for a month. Terry sent me a box of junk food that I loved very much. But it made me fat. Maybe not fat in the traditional, like, you know, like just fat, but I mean, for me, yeah, like I could see my gut. Like, not really, but there was like a couple pictures of me and you could see me, my t-shirt, it was just like, you know, there's just like this little belly. And unfortunately, which I don't even care, but you can't really have that and do what I do. It's impossible. You know, to go as far. You got to be I'm not in the best shape of the world, but, you know, just enough. I luckily get most of that naturally. Wait till you see this. This is something different. This is something different. Let me get up and over this. Oh my God. You guys, it's completely transformed up here. Holy, okay, good, thank you. See, I need this for my video. Like, I'm not enough, you know, I need to show things along with my rambling, or it doesn't work. Watch this. Well, first of all, look at the X-ray. Watch this. None of this was here. This is unbelievable. Here's a place where hardly any person's ever been because they don't have You just never have a reason to be here. You guys look at that. None of these trees grew here. That tree is 15 feet off the ground. I'm not kidding. Right? There's a symmetrical X inside the trees. It's impossible. It's inside the pine trees, right? And look at the size of these stumps. They did not come from on the ground here. Amazing. This is why this place is so cool. I'm really glad I waited so long to come back here. Like I said before, I usually don't even revisit places too much if I filmed it already, but this is just too good up here. It's too like anywhere else. It's at the top of the world. See, look, if you don't believe me, there's snow line. I mean, tree line. Trees won't even grow there. That's how high up I am. Look at that. Oh my God. I do this. I get to do this. Check this out. Snow. Where did I just see a lot of snow? Over there. Where is it? That's all snow. Let's see if I can do this quickly. So, see how that one goes straight out. Holy moly, they've been busy here. This is what I'd like to see. Do you see how beautiful that looks? Because there's nothing else. See, I'm showing you the same thing all the time. It's just that you're not going to appreciate it as much when it's covered in a million other pine trees and sticks. You can't see it, but when it's like that, there's no denying it. There's nobody in the world that can say one word. It's great. And that's what my channel has accomplished. If I've accomplished anything, it's shutting up idiots. They can speak no more. They can speak, but no one cares and no one listens. Just like all these people with the Black Lives Matter and all this. It's just so stupid. I listened to some black guy. He's like, listen, he was like a gangster. He goes, listen, man. He goes, I'm a badass mother effing white guy, black guy. And he goes, some of my best friends are white. He goes, I don't ever see, it kind of confirms what I've been saying. He's like, I don't ever see racism, ever. He goes, it's the opposite. He goes, white people love to hang out with black. I was like, exactly. I've said this on my videos. I don't understand. It's all being made up. There's like a few people that are hung up on this. The rest of the world is so beyond racism, in my opinion. I think the majority of people couldn't care less what color you are. No one cares. And white people, as a whole, for the most part, are just not racist at all, okay? Believe me, there's idiots out there, I agree, but look at the ground. Very carefully. This thing charges everything in the woods. You see how everything goes into the woods? I haven't had anything today. Not even like a bird. If a bird comes in while I'm standing here, look at that. A lot of writing or something on these. See how there's nothing on some of these aspens? And these other ones look really, a lot of peace signs. Like, too many peace signs. It's something I see in aspens all the time. Peace signs. I guess it's like bugs or termites. But they always do the same thing. Is that a mistaken for marks of Sasquatch? Because I see it everywhere. Look, they're everywhere here. The same exact marks. See, it's all giant peace signs. Look at them all. Bugs or Bigfoot? That's a good name. Bugs or Bigfoot. You guys, look at this. This just stands alone in this beautiful aspen forest. Look how pretty the aspens are. Let me try not to talk for a minute. I promise. Look at this. It doesn't get much better. You know what? It's not a matter of better or who has the best. To me, it's a matter of just beauty. You know, it's a form of art. You know, for us, I don't think it has anything to do with that for them. I mean, I think there's some of them that are like, I did that better than anyone else could. But they did it for a reason, not for art. For us, it can be looked at just like we look at everything. It's beautiful. It's incredible. You have no idea how big this really is. You guys, look at that big structure from here. All you can see is the giant X. See how you can see how it's coming out on both sides, and then both sides on the bottom? It's just a giant black X. They did that. Isn't that amazing too? Like it's not even, I don't even know what wood they're using. It doesn't even look like aspens. They're all perfectly straight. It's like they brought them out of it's like they're pine trees they brought out of the forest. This place is really, really cool. Look at, it's an upward leaning trident. Otherwise, I can't figure this place out. It is like nowhere I've ever been. You guys, I drove to the walk-in's easy because you can drive 10, 15 miles up here on the road, and there's nobody. It's incredible. There's nobody here. Give me a second. Look at that bad boy. It's a bad boy. It's inside the pine trees. Right next to other structures. There's an incredible X right in there that I already passed. You can just see a little bit. And then you got, you know, even the leaners are amazing. Just the leaning fork. Can't figure the spot out. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I can't really figure any of them out, but this one's bizarre. It's like this area is meant for something else. Like they're all in the forest around it, and this is some kind of like monument area. Like meeting common ground where the UFOs land area. I don't know. Everything is a structure. I can't even see it on the camera. There's an X right there. It's almost invisible, that X. Just had a little talk with him. Well, one-sided. It was me talking, nothing happened. I don't get it up here. Because I'm in the woods here, I've had good experiences. Never, this is only my second time standing out here. But if I remember correctly, I got great timestamps. By the way, that's a trident. I got great timestamps. But nothing happened then either. You know, I'm just talking about even the littlest of things, like nothing. I don't ever make it up. You know what, let's go to the edge of this place. Let me walk over here. Look what they did in this corner, just like now, just recently. Just to be sure that no one's gonna come up this way. Look at this. It's all just blockage, nothing more. See? You go in, you walk right in there and the big structures are in there. It's all them. Look how, there's no way that thing is sideways right there. And it field goals all through there. This is just blockage. That's all it is. I see it. I've seen it too many times. I don't make that stuff up. You have to understand. I don't make anything up. Everything I tell you is the truth. That's why, you know, if you get to know me, I'm one of those, I'm the only guy in this that people know of that is open with everyone. Like, you can friend me on Facebook. I will talk to you. I will respond to you about anything. And you know, anyone else that's made a name for themselves in this hides. That you can't contact them, that they want to feel like they're some kind of like famous person or something, you know. So once you get to know me, things don't sound as crazy anymore because you'll believe what I'm telling you. There's nothing made up to make a video good. This is all about education and science and technology, not trying to create some viral video. It's all about just showing the people that care about this. And then what happens? People fine-tune this. They do this themselves and they take it out. Like, Mark, everything you said worked. And I hear that from 1,000 people. Everything you said, it's true and it's real. I was like, I told you. But meanwhile, you got some keyboard warrior, typing at home that's never left his house, that doesn't believe anything. Here we go. I've walked down a little ways. I'm about 200 yards out of that aspen forest where it's turning into pine trees. And what do I see? What do you want to bet there's seats in there? I can't remember if I've seen this spot or not, because I did walk around the outside and I did see like seats, but I don't know if this is it or not. I might have filmed this, but I don't think you'll recognize it, because it was years ago. Oh yeah, this is where the seats are. See, this is what you walk up through this, maybe 300 yards. You can see the aspens just way over there. And then right on the outside of all that, in a 360 is where they are. There's your border. They always border it no matter what. Okay, always. You come in, oh my God. I can't believe that. Here's their spot. Perched with disturbances. It's sitting right here. You know how I know for sure? Well, first of all, it's all been disturbed because it's pine needles. Like, you can just tell it's all like that. There's footprints everywhere. It's a soft place, and that's how you know for sure. What a cool little spot. It's kind of discreetish. Like, he could be as blatant as he wants up there. There's X's everywhere. Look at the disturbances in here. There's tons of pine cone eating. Oh, it's a pine cone eating station. Look at the pile. Animals don't do that. Animals never make a pile where something else can steal their hard work. You've all seen Ice Age with the thing with the acorn? That's what animals do. It's not even a joke. He gets that thing, he's going to keep that, no one's getting it. He's not going to make a pile of them. He might in his nest or something or somewhere nearby, but not in the open. It's done by the forest beings. And I have filmed it many, many times. No one else has ever filmed the piles of pine cones. A few people, but very few people in the world have ever filmed them. And they're only filmed in the middle of Sasquatch. You got to start using your brains, okay? Stop defaulting to the things that they expect you to. Oh, that's what deer do. No, it's what they do for regular people. Okay, not us badasses. We know the truth. Okay. Yes, I'm a badass. I'm kidding. I'm just teasing. Compared to some people, there's no doubt about that. Compared to others, not so much. Depends who we're dealing with here. If you're an idiot, I'm your worst nightmare. If you're a bad person, you'll lose every time. I don't care who you think you are. I can't stand idiots. I hate bad people. I can't stand them. I'm so hardened. You'll see me on Facebook. Look at that. I had no idea. I was standing right next to it. I had no idea it was there, you guys. Look at that. It's a giant teepee structure. That's also a giant X. See what I was talking about when they do the most amazing structures and you can't see it because it's inside the trees. See the X up there? It's amazing. Look at the size of this X. You guys up there? It's probably where you are because I didn't even know I was under the biggest teepee structure ever found in the world. I really didn't know it. Next to X's and seats and pine cones. That's a pile of pine cones made by forest beings. I would bet everything in the world on it. Everything. My life. You name it. You can have my kids. They're in their 20s. So you have to buy like 3 cars and a couple houses. I'm kidding. I love my kids. They're not really that into this. Like my son follows it. He's like, Dad, that was insane, that picture. Tried it right at the bottom. you know, but he's not like all over it. You know, I think he feels like later in life then he can just come and get it when he wants. You know, I was like, listen, man. So right now, my new grandson Carter, who's literally a week old, is going to be running Colorado Bigfoot. That or my nephew CJ is a brilliant kid who's totally into this, and he gets this. Look at these trails that go in and out of that spot. You see that? Look at how that spot's invisible. They're like geniuses. You can't see it. I find them because I'm the best. It's the only reason. Let's go down here. I'm teasing again, just for people that don't have a sense of humor. No, this guy's a narcissist. He really does think he's the best. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, man, I don't. People tell me that, but I don't. I really don't. It doesn't go to my head, I promise. And let's just say that's true. There is no best, but let's just say it was true. It's not that much of a shocker, okay? Because I bust my ass at this. You know, I've done this so many times. You know, one day this is all going to lead somewhere else for me, and you'll see. You gotta have patience, you guys. You gotta have patience. Oh, Mark's videos are monotonous. Well, you're not. Then this isn't the subject for you, because I never don't show you teach you something. Something, you'd be surprised, you might not even know it today, but something got logged in, and it all accumulates over time. It's the same thing with me in here. I just learn over time with them. I'm sure if you could listen to even what my ramblings of today versus 3 years ago here, might even be 4 years ago, you would see a dramatic difference in the way I'm speaking about the subject. All right, like usual, I abandoned my plans of just kind of staying in that area. I've come way down. It's kind of gradually comes down. I'm just walking because I'm following like these signs, and there's these blatantly wide trails. You can tell because they look like a trail your kids would make in the backyard of your woods or something. But because they're wide, you know? And I'm coming into this little area now. Let's see what's up with this. Looks like bigger dudes. I got the camera running because I think there's a couple here. They're like around me somewhere. I can just know because of my arms. I didn't have my arms all day until I got into this area. Even in those big structures, nothing. I came in here and I got goosebumps and my hairs are standing up. And look how dark it is in there. It's extra dark because it's overcast. And like we have like really dark clouds. There's their totem pole. There's a spot right here. There's all kinds of foot traffic. This one goes out perfectly level and it's field gold. An impossible field gold. Look how it's leaning that one tree. Look at this tree right here. It's not a small tree, and it's completely pushed it out. Just like always. Some kind of game trail, looks like. This is different. That's game. It used to be a game trail, and they probably blocked it for a reason. I see that quite often, actually, where they block the game trails. Can't figure that one out. It's almost like they don't want deer or elk to walk through where they are. I don't know that, but it's, wow. It's almost like that. Look at the X right there. All right, enough's enough. Let's walk through here. It's really dark in there. Should I leave the camera going? I don't know what you guys want, you know? I don't know what... like soon, yeah, but like during this, some of these spots, like, remember, these are... I'm filming the stuff I'm usually just checking out. I want to come back and I want to know what's going on for my own... It's how I get good at this. Not everything's just for YouTube. You got to do other stuff to make that stuff good for YouTube. You know, good enough anyway, you know? Keep supporting me, guys. By the way, I really do need the help. I don't ask enough. I really do need your help. PayPal, Messenger, Patreon. I pay taxes. It's not like, oh, I got cash. I mean, there has been like a few times. I think like, it's been very few. I'm being completely honest with you. Maybe like 3 times in my life, I got an envelope with cash in it. And it was like $10 or $20. Now, do you report that $10? Not really, because it's like impossible. It's like, who would, basically? And I am saying it on video because I don't think the IRS cares. If I'm completely honest with everything, if someone sent me an envelope with 10 cash in it, and then I just put it right back into the system, I don't think they really care. That they're worried about you just being, you know, 99.9% honest, and that's what I do. You know, I try to do everything in this the best I can do it. You know, there's people out there they'll want to catch. Oh, see, Colorado Bigfoot doesn't pay his taxes. Blah blah blah. It's like, you better check again. Actually, I haven't for 2019 yet. I got to do that. I don't want to do it because I'm going to owe them. If I have anybody that's good at taxes, let me know. I got stuck on that. I am literally going to split. Something else has had problems there too. I wonder who. It's them. Just a hunch. Here we are, pine cone eating station. It's so blatant. There's not one squirrel nest, and there's no squirrels in the ground. Look at that. $20 bill. Isn't that interesting? These spots here, every place I go, it's a little bit, you know, it's the same thing, but it's always has its own custom thing. Here's your marker that confirms 1,000% that this is a pine cone eating station. This is where they eat, guys, okay? Remember, there's no holes for animals, I promise you. There's not one hole, see? Here's your hole, and it's filled with pine cones. Okay, look at all the pine cones. This is all them. It's a certain kind of pine cone too. They don't want the big ones. It's always those little ones. See, look at them all. You'll never find this anywhere Bigfoot isn't. Look at that. Pine Cone City. There you go. There's your name. Pine Cone City. I like it. See these holes? Every hole. Because people, you know, regular people are like, I saw a hole. It's all squirrels. You would need literally 1 million squirrels. I'm not even kidding, to make 5 feet of fresh eaten pine nuts. All they are is tiny little holes that stop right there. So they can, they keep the pine cones fresh. It's like a refrigerator. But your simple little brain can't understand. When I'm telling you for a fact, that's what it is. Yes, I just called your brain simple. Why is it simple? Because of that. That's why. Simple. A simple brain doesn't mean you're not a genius. It just means that you just cannot get away from what your society taught you and your parents taught you and what you learned in nursery school. You guys realize that my 4th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade teacher is a huge follower of mine? A person that you would never think could get out of, you know, what was taught, you know, in the system. Look at all the pine cones behind. Mrs. Engelmeyer. She's amazing. She's got to be in her 80s now. And, you know, but she trusts me. You know, I mean, there was something about, about me that was memorable. Like she's always, she told me, she's never remembered anybody more than me. I was kind of a trouble. I was trouble, but also very kind and respectful to my teachers. I always made an impression on my teachers. There's a giant X right there, guys. And she follows me. And would she ever follow this subject in 1,000,000 years if it was anyone else? Of course not. Just have faith is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Not my friends, not most of the people that watch the videos every time. I'm always talking to the other people about that stuff, not you guys. I'm speaking for us in a sense. Okay? What more evidence do you need than that is where all of these creatures in the forest eat? Okay, trust me, this is where they eat. I filmed it. It's now over. I have about 1,000 of them, but it's 500 of these undeniably with trident. There's always a trident there, and there's usually they make an X right in the middle of it. On this one, they do that crazy bend at the beginning, and they put the trident here. Oh, it's starting to drizzle, and I'm only 20 minutes from that car, about 15 minutes, and then there's X's everywhere. Look at the size of that X. And then it's a big X, and there's your third leaning to it. Look at your borders. It's all them. This is amazing. You guys, this is like groundbreaking. Do you understand what we're doing here? Do you understand how important this is, how big this is. It changes every aspect of who you are and what you know. And with them come the secrets of the earth. But, well, Mark's video is kind of monotonous. You know, they don't, because you're not listening and you're not watching. And thank God we got rid of you. Because I can't have those people. They hold me back. I need encouragement only. Not negative idiots that know nothing about anything. The only thing he knows is his common sense. And I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of people that just use they use their brain, basically. Biggest mistake as a person is to think when it comes to things you don't know about. I'm not saying to not think, but you know exactly what I mean. Don't worry about it. Take it in, take a deep breath, and just wait for more. And you'll see more and more, and it'll all start to click. Don't try to figure it all out right then and there. Just chill. I love this forest. Is that another trident, man? Look at that. That X is a trident. Look at the paths through this forest. Man, do I have goosebumps. Ooh, face recognition. That's weird. They're right here. Someone's right here. Look at this place with the X's, you guys. Can you see it? It's either, this name of this video is either going to be pine cone eating stations, or whatever I said earlier, or can you dig it? There's X's everywhere. Remember, it's always a little bit different. I'm doing a place where no person has ever been before. The only thing that's ever been here is a helicopter that's flown over here, and you can't even see in the canopy. It's impossible. They don't look. I'm telling you, from the drone, you realize how little a helicopter sees. You can't see anything. Yeah, that's why they come and touch the tops of the trees. It all just blends together in the human eye. Maybe this is why I got goosebumps. God, I love this spot. I could so bring someone to this spot. Look at this, whatever this thing is, you guys. It's raining, darn it. It's literally raining right now. That is so cold, the water. Whoa. I didn't bring it. I do have a rain suit if I really need a rain jacket, I think. No, don't mess me up. I like this spot. But right now I just have a t-shirt on and I don't want to pull that out. I'll start heading back this way. This is why, because it gets scary, believe it or not. Especially, what if it doesn't stop raining? Up here it's different, you guys. It's the rain is like 30 degrees. It's like frozen water. It's like water that should be frozen. Oh, look at this. Who wants to come in here with me? This is so cool. This is a great place to come because they don't do anything. So you won't be scared. Oh, look at the size of this pine cone eating station. They're watching me because I got goosebumps like crazy. Look at the trails coming in and out of this. Let's look for our X and our trident. You'll never not see it on their pine cone eating. Wow, they really had a lot of holes. See the holes? Stop right there. That hole goes nowhere. And if we look careful, we'll find one that they didn't use yet. This one's getting used like crazy. Look at the paths, you guys. Those are forest being paths. There's your trident. I told you. Never without it. I just realized recently, actually, that the tridents are always involved as well in the pine cone eating. Look at this path. See, it's the others. It's the others that eat the pine cones. Look, they were just eating them just recently. Right there. Look at that path that goes around. Where does it go? Where are they walking? Let's go in here. There's less rain. I gotta pee too, and sorry, but The reason I'm telling you is because the last place I'm going to do it is right here, because this is where they eat. And it's actually raining. Look at the paths out of here. They're little. These are like 3 foot tall dudes. Look at this. Look how different this place is. There's your parallel. My camera's getting wet. All right, give me a minute. Let me see if I can find a spot. You guys gotta see these little people trails that go in and out of this pine cone eating place. It's amazing. It's not game. They're flat and wide. You can clearly, I showed you one earlier where they cut off the game trail. This is all them. This is a world of little people. Seat right there. Right here, the pine cone eating is right back in there. There's your ex. I told you, this is all them. Everything you're seeing is them. I swear to Christ himself to you, if that's what it takes. I literally swear to God, this is all them. That's how factually I know it. It's crazy. Yeah. People get angry at that. They're like, oh, well, I could have figured that out. Why is this guy doing it? Just enjoy it. You can do it. That's why I'm here, to show you how to do this. It's so easy. Look, it takes time, you know, it's like anything, but the first level of this is really easy. You're going to guarantee you will have success. You know, and then there kind of is stages or levels of this where you're going to escalate into knowing more and more and what to do. There is a serious spot right there next to that pine cone eating. I'm kind of lost. I'm not lost where I won't get back home eventually. I have no idea where exactly. I seem way high up for some reason. Like, I don't know what's going on here. How far did I walk? Look at this. This is where they live. They can move so fast, those little ones. Look back there. It's an inside world of spots of them that I found. This is where they hang out, like places where they don't do a lot, but yet it's all there. See the leader? Oh, yes, I'm lost. I don't know what I did wrong. Someone was walking right there. And I hope it's not a grave mistake, because where am I? Man, they come right in here. I can't even go in there. Look. Little ones. There's perch. Look at this perch inside of that. We're going in. There's little footprints all over the place. Look at the seat in there. Here's a place that you can't find. I'm lost completely. I don't know what I did. This sucks. I can't get back. Right there is where they've been. Right there. Look where. Right in here. I'm starting to get a little nervous. Like, I'm way up in this mountain. If I climb down the wrong side, I'm screwed. Pine cone eating. It's all them. Look at that. Look at this. We'll count this as their X and their trident. Oh, this used to be something here a long time ago. Look at this. Ow, you mean person. My shin. I wish I wasn't so stressed out with where I am right now, because this is really cool to find in the middle of the forest, you guys. I am at over 10,000 feet. There, that's the aspen. I don't know where I am. What did I do? What mistake did I make? You guys, that's a tank in the ground. An interesting triangle over the corner. This fence is hundreds of years. It has to be at least 100 years old, maybe more. there's some kind of ancient, this is what I used to do for a living. So you're gonna get an expert opinion on what's going on here. I have never seen one. You guys, this thing is, look at that. It's an oil tank. You guys, this is way too thick to be out here. I've never seen one with rivets like that. This is too. God, if they used those in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, none of them would have leaked. It's all Sasquatch too. Why would that be out here? I mean, even an off the grid, it would have to be off the grid even today. But you don't put oil tanks out here. Look at that bleeding. That's bizarre. There's no, the thing is, there's no structure like left. Like if that was for a house, there'd be a foundation of some sort. Something. The fence is the only evidence. Where the heck am I? I came way too far. I don't know if I put that in, but I said I was diving down and I don't know what happened. I gotta find the road or I'm in big trouble. Look at that. I'm lost so bad, guys. I'm not where I thought I was supposed to be. Over there should be different looking. What did I do? Oh God. I'm lost, or I'd spend more time in that. I've got to get out of here, so I've got to find. I'm a little bit in a panic. I don't want to be around these guys at nighttime. I just don't. I don't think they'll hurt me, but I just don't. This is not the night for me to be out here by myself. Not here. This is getting scary. I went the wrong way, you guys. Guys, I'm not kidding, I have no cell. Well, it just came in a little bit, actually, for the first time. You can see I'm in the middle of the forest. There's nothing. No roads. I don't know how this happened. I went down the wrong ravine, and now I'm completely lost. Give me a sec. Okay, the only thing I can do at this point is try to backtrack the whole way, which is miles, and it's all uphill. It's all the only hope I have. It says the closest road, which doesn't look familiar, is 3 miles. This sucks. That doesn't. I'm passing through the most amazing places that I'm not filming. But I figure I'd turn it on just for one, because it's a matter of life and death at this point. I think I know what I did. I finally figured it out. I'll explain it to you at the truck if I get back. Ever. Let's put it this way. Where I am, I'm not stuck where I would be lost till I died. But because I'm at the top of 10,000 feet. I could go one way, yes, I'd be lost forever. The other ways, which I can get even with offline GPS, eventually would get me back down the hill. It would take me till tomorrow, at least through probably all day tomorrow, just till I hit because it's this stuff. Going uphill is the worst. It's absolutely brutal. So, thank God I have no water, because I'm right in the middle of their world. But luckily, even these little patches of snow have saved me. And they taste, that one's kind of dirty, like pine. Ooh, that one tastes like pee. Snow saved my life today, because I wasn't planning on going as far as I did. And then what happens, I see stuff and I just can't stop. And I thought, I'll explain what I did when I get back. Let me not jump the gun here. I still have never seen any of this before. This is all, it's amazing what's hidden in this world. I had no idea. You name it, which one it is, and they're here. Over now. Look at this. I'm not kidding. This is for real. It's just not fun to do when you're lost. You know, with a huge possibility of spending the night. I still have 4 hours, 5 hours of daylight, but that's not a lot if you're lost in the high elevation forest. What do? You probably use one of their structures for shelter. Because it's already halfway framed, you know, I could put my tarp over it. And then you just hang with them. All night, you know. See, for me, you have to remember it's different for me than just about anyone else spending the night. I've been visiting them for years, and now they finally got me again at night. They're going to give me a night to remember. And I'm not necessarily in a rush to get that night. I'd rather plan for it. All right, over now. Oh, you guys. When I was resting, they were in the wood. You could hear them like moving closer. It was crazy. Like, and I was so out of breath. I didn't even care. I was like, "Can you guys please help me get home? I think I recognize this." Not that, but like where I am. I think up there is the aspen forest. I think I know where I am. I'll explain to you guys what I did. Thank God. Seriously, thank you, God. You know how many people have died just that way? What I just did. That simple. And not even on a planned thing. You know, you just get sidetracked. Next thing you know, you go down a little valley. And like I said, let me get to the car and let me explain to you what happened. Look at that structure. So I'm back here, right? That's where I was parked. Of course, I don't go back to the truck. I'm gonna go back in the forest, sort of. Look at that brand new one they did. They're all in this forest right here. That's what started it all. And look at that. I didn't see this because I went up that way. See their sticks? They do all these sticks. There's a giant X right there. And then look at this. That's where I was in that world. And there's the doorway to their world. It's huge, guys. The only thing that happened to me in there was I heard them. And nothing happened until they knew something was up. I was lost. I started panicking a little bit. Isn't that cool? You guys, I'm at the top of the world. My AC, I almost died, you guys. I had no water, nothing. Luckily found some isolated tiny little patches of snow that saved my life. I don't know about that. Like, I probably would have made it, but man, it was getting really brutal. The mistake I made. Let me explain the best I can. So I go in here, right? And I take you up to that aspen place, which is, it's quite a distance through the woods, but it's not hard. You go, I think I kind of filmed it. You go up and you're finally in there. Then what I did, I'm in this big open area. I kind of walked through it and I went down. You'll see in the video, I went down. I found like where they were sitting, like their X's and stuff. What about that archway right there? That's amazing. And then, so what I did was I was way over there. I didn't realize that literally right here, right in that forest, you can see. It's just dives straight down, right? So in my head, as I walk away, I'm way up there, like way up in this thing. I walk down, I figured I could just go in that, follow that stuff down, which I did, and then I could just come back. And then, but I guess I was too far. I was like way out there. I fall it down, I get all distracted. Next thing you know, I'm way down there, like way in there, like a mile or two. And I'm thinking that I was kind of working my way back this way, so I'd end up like right here. You know what I mean? So in other words, I go up, go all the way across, come back somehow, even if it wasn't at the truck, but somewhere near it. Nope, I ended up diving I got way down in this valley, and there's nothing. It just goes into oblivion. And once I got way down there, I was like, hold on, something's wrong. There was nothing. I look on GPS. There is not even a dirt road showing up on the map anywhere. I'm like, oh my God, I'm spending the night. So I made it. I don't know if anyone cares, but there's usually like at least one person, so I figured I'd explain it to that person. Over and out. Guys, being out there like that and stuck, you know, it makes you realize just for a matter of hours, right? I was lost, which seems like eternity, and you know, it makes you realize how human you really are. You know, we always talk tough and we go camping and we got our chainsaws and guns and thermoses and food and snacks and trail bars, and you know, and it's fine. But once you're out there and it's just you and nature, nothing else, it's a whole different story. We are not meant to live in those woods. I'm telling you right now, people are not meant to. You can tell, you can see, I find places where, you know, but way back in the day, people did that. You know, a guy dropped out of society and he became a mountain man. And every single one of them had banded camp at some point. Every one of them. There's not one person living off the grid in Colorado now that is someone doesn't know about. And I'm not talking about some guy that just found a place last week. I'm talking about like permanently. These mountain men used to go up to places like that and make little homes. And now it's all over. No one stays in the forest for too long. And it's just like Les Stroud. He doesn't do survival anymore. Why? Because he realized he was spending every single night with Sasquatch. And then once he really knew it, and they knew he knew it, that's when it gets exciting. They don't do too much when you don't know. But when you know and they know you know, it's a whole different story. That's what people have to understand. What are you doing? Huh? Careful, that messed my hand. You be a good boy. You be a good boy. He just wants to play. But he can really hurt you by accident. He doesn't realize he has no idea. He knows how to use them, but he doesn't realize how much it's going to hurt you. What are you doing? I could jump right in there with him. If I was 15 years younger, I would just jump on him, but I would make sure it was filmed, because I could ride him, no problem. But at some point, he's going to throw me off because he just likes to play. He's going to get me off of him. And I figured if I'm going to do that ever, I can't do it now at my back. But anyway, it's much darker than it looks. This camera does an amazing job of lighting things up, so I just want to take a quick look, and then I want to zoom in this pretty interesting moon as well. It's hazier than it looks too in the shot, so I don't know if I have it on. I think it's on IA mode. It just kind of lightens things up, like it's just not as bright as that looks. But I want to take a look at the pyramid. I'll talk to you guys more. I'm not ready exactly yet. You gotta be careful. But I'll explain more about these pyramids around Colorado that people just don't, they just think are as part of the landscape. Sorry, I had to back up. What are you doing? Who's my boy? Who's the good boys? I already gave you treats. You're messing up my video. Here. What I wasn't planning on doing. Look. There you go. Good boy. Let's see how long I can hold this. You know what? It might be a little bit. Now I can get on it. Look at that. Is that real? It's crazy how amazing that is. It doesn't seem like it's that far. It's like right there. Looks can be deceiving. Gosh, I almost set up my tripod for this. Guys, this is handheld, not too bad. Come on, if I can do that with an $800 camera, what do you think they can do? Let's be honest. But you didn't hear it on the news, so they can't do it. You you don't believe it. It's so funny how all this the secrets they don't tell you, mostly just for national security. They can't tell you our advancements or we lose our power. If everyone could do what we do, it's the same thing as having nothing. Then we have no power. And for the most part, at least they pretend like it's all for good. I know, I see you too. She gets jealous when I go. She thinks I'm petting the horses. I have no idea. I'm not gonna talk. The sun is really hitting it there. It's almost like it's hitting it kind of like just out of our atmosphere here, right there, and then as soon as you drive through it with the camera, it's almost like we're in space. You know what I mean? Like, boom, we're in space. Look at that. Now you're thinking like, wow, wouldn't it be cool to see a UFO flying in front of that? But it would have the UFO to be visible. It would have to be really close to me, and then you wouldn't even see it. I mean, at most you'd just see like, you just see like if I move my hand like that, you wouldn't be able to tell. But man, I mean, unless it was like the ultimate mothership, probably wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, this really hurts my arms. I'll hold them as long as I can. I think this is cool. Yes, it's things people just don't think about. They just don't think of you guys do, but most people they don't get it. You know what I mean? Like, forget about what we do. Look at the moon. No, they just don't. I think at some point, probably for like a second, probably did it on a beach somewhere, but they just forget. I'm here to remind you how tiny and puny we really are. How little of the earth we even use. It's so little, it's almost unbelievable. We use nothing, humans. We have these little roads and a couple little towns and some cities. That's it. Everything else is used by something else. Over time. Not bad for a handheld Zoom. That's painful. You're using even muscles in like your forward shoulder and your arms that you're not used to using. So it's hard to hold it there for a long time. Over and out.